Now, please welcome KIPP Team Academy alumna Kim GIbbons. Kim was one of the 80 students in KIPP's first class of students, Team Academy's founding class of 2010. Give her a hand.
Hello. My name is Kim GIbbons, and I am a member of KIPP New Jersey's founding class, the class of 2010. I'm here today because, like many of you, I love KIPP, and I wanted to come and share my story. I want to start by saying that Newark is a city in which greatness lies. I and my fellow alumni are all products of Newark. It was this city that gave me personal strength. This city that taught me your voice is not limited to your circumstances. It was this city that demonstrates that power can lie within an individual. But when matched with the support of a community, that power can ignite a tremendous change. I first attended KIPP when I was in 7th grade. My 6th grade teacher, Ms. Cook, knew that I had the potential to be something great. She wanted to bring me along with her when she decided to work for KIPP. So she told my mother that she didn't want me to fall through the cracks of an educational system that she had seen fail so many children before. So I followed her down to 85 Custard Ave, KIPP New Jersey's first school. And at the age of 12, by myself, I filled out the lottery application, as she reminded me. It took me 6 hours. And with a shot of luck, I got in. Now, my first experience walking through those doors was very powerful, to say the least. Every student raised their hand to participate in class. Students even broke into songs to learn. Teachers offered to stay late and tutor students, even giving their home numbers for additional support. And there were actually after-school activities. Students could join the school band, perform in full production plays, and even hop on a plane to travel the country as a field trip. All in all, we were allowed to truly just enjoy our childhood. We finally had teachers who really listened to what we had to say. They laughed with us, they cried with us, especially Mr. Hill, and they really took the time to get to know us as individuals. It wasn't just a job for them or a school for us. It really, honestly, was our home. Now, KIPP was the first time that I felt it was okay to openly express myself. It was the first time I asked questions and tried to learn more. It was the first time that I actually explored conversations about my future and actually believed in my potential to achieve my dreams. While attending KIPP, I was introduced to my scholarship program, the White Foundation. And it was through them that I was able to get a full ride to Deerfield Academy, a private boarding school in Massachusetts. Eventually, I would go on to get a full scholarship to Occidental College in Los Angeles. If you don't know where that is or what that is, Barack Obama went there. My life had been forever changed. See, I was born with a book in my hand. I loved reading and learning. There was no doubt in my mind that I was capable of being the woman truly worthy of her talents. But it was KIPP that taught me to have the courage to actively pursue a better education. I wouldn't have had access to all of the opportunities I've had, and I wouldn't have met all of the wonderful people I have without them. As alumni, we are told as children that we're smart and that we're talented and that we are the future that the world has been waiting for. But it was KIPP's promise to guide us and to support us that allowed us to actually strive for excellence and chase our dreams. And for that, we are thankful. KIPP is not the end-all to inequality within the school systems, but it is a solution to closing the gap. It is an opportunity for all students, no matter their backgrounds, to actually have a real shot at a better future. I've mentioned change and what it can look like, but KIPP has really done something more magnificent than change our expectations for ourselves. It has given us the tools as students to determine our own lives. KIPP alone is not the change that we're speaking about tonight, but rather it is the students who fill their halls, who honor their name, and who step out into the world to make a difference. We are a change so magnetic that we can uplift a home, we can inspire generations, and we can catch the attention of the nation. I was the first in my family to graduate college. Today, I work as a financial recruiter at Michael Page, one of the world's largest agencies. I've traveled to 12 countries. I've had the privilege to work alongside some amazing community outreach organizations because I learned that the opportunity to give back means an opportunity for real change. But my story is just one of 1,129 KIPP alumni. Our alumni are making strides every day to actually pave a way for the younger generations to come. For example, Jada Quick, who is working as a financial analyst at Wells Fargo to promote financial literacy and narrow the wealth gap. Or Khalil Boone, who founded his own clothing line, Eminently Clothing. Or Jasmine Barber, who already wrote 5 books. I know. We have alumni that chose creative routes like Marlon Curtis, who works at BET, while he also invests in his own photography and film company. There's Jade Broomfield, who is a graphic designer at Uncommon Goods. Some are climbing the corporate ladder, like Asante Abdullah, who is a sales analysis for Clorox, or Naeem Leary, who's working as an account executive at Yelp. And some who are giving back, like Gerald Rhymes, who spoke last year at Speed the Change, who's working for his alma mater, Westside High School, as a college counselor and mentor. Thank you. Our alumni are doing amazing things every day and are actively being the change they wish to see in the world. America is full of disadvantages and obstacles for people who look like us and come from places like this. But like our alumni, our staff, and our families, take the time to really consider what it takes to ignite real change and join us in promising to make an impact and rewrite the way our nation values our worth. Thank you. Tonight, we want to focus on a few select alumni, those who have returned to Newark, to KIPP New Jersey specifically, to make and uphold their promise to the next generation of KIPP students. I will now ask that Mr. Hill join me on stage to present the awards to this evening's Be the Change honorees, our alumni.
Thank you, Kim. Let's hear it again for Kim GIbbons. Except I definitely did not cry. I had something in my eye. And I hopefully won't have something in my eye tonight as I announce our honorees. So on a Friday evening about a month ago, I went to our first school, Team Academy, the one that I was a founding principal of 16 years ago. And I was there to watch a student performance celebrating the African diaspora that was put on by members of the school's Sawaju Club. Sawaju is a Yoruba word for forward, and the club helps students understand how they can move themselves and their community forward through whatever challenges they may face. That rainy winter night in a gym packed with hundreds of parents and teachers, the Team Academy Middle School students celebrated their heritage through poetry, song, and dance. It was beautiful, and the level of community pride in that room was spectacular. And those of us who've been working at Team for a while had another reason to be proud that night, because the teacher who founded and runs this club is Bilal Walker, who also happens to be a Team Academy alumnus from our first class of students ever, the class of 2010. At the celebration, I also ran into one of our best teachers, Kenyatta Henderson, who I've known since she sat next to Bilal in my 5th grade math classroom, who I followed with pride as she graduated from George Washington University and taught with Teach for America in a KIPP school in New Orleans, only to return home to Team, where she inspires the next generation of Newark's children. I also bumped into Robert Reddick, who is finishing his degree now while also working at Team as an assistant dean, a role model to our young men who are trying to figure out how to navigate the world just as he did in that founding class of Team Kids. That night, just as happened earlier tonight, I got a hug from Waidia Hay, back from college, to teach with us, first at Sikh Academy and now at Team, pushing our kids to be their best selves, just as she pushed her classmates when she was 11 years old. While I see them, and sometimes they're teachers, I'll be real, while I see them all as kids still, Bilal, Kenyatta, Robert, and Waidia are now fully formed adults, or so they claim anyways. Change agents, all of them in their community, making Newark a better place and making Team Academy a better school. And the impact of our alumni on our schools doesn't end there. Because if I'd been at any other KIPP New Jersey school, I would have seen more kids whose couches I sat on over a decade ago making a promise that they now make to their students. I would have seen Kalima Bolden, Antoine Boyce, Brianna Boyer-Hurdle, Naila Brown, Alexis Downing, Kendra Golson, Takora Holmes, Alshakor Jenkins, Bethany Johnson, Tiandra Kembro, Courtney Loke, Bianca Maroquin, Genesis Menendez, Zanik Underdu, Shanae Burgess, and Takai Wheeler. All of them KIPP alumni, and among them some of our very best teachers, bringing the legacy and the promises of our schools full circle. These 19 alumni are the honorees tonight for our 11th annual Be the Change celebration. They are the essence of being the change we want to see in the world. To all 19 of you, take it from me, you are the reason our schools exist. The reason we started Team Academy back in 2002, the reason this room full of people has stood by us and by you to get to this point. You are the reason that every year we make more and more promises, and every year, graduation after graduation, we keep ever more of them. And one day, a decade from now, you will stand up here honoring the kids who you sat on a couch with and promised the world. And it's possible, just possible, that at that point, you'll be just as proud as we are right now. To all of you who I once called students and now proudly call colleagues, please come on up to receive the 2018 KIPP New Jersey Be the Change Award.